Amazing evening, Nigerians. Another beautiful day to talk about things that happen for inside Nigeria. Always a pleasure to be with you and bring on an update of things that happen for Nigeria. So the ones the way I hear this evening, in fact, it kept me awake all night. Going through these and researching these and verifying this, my head is knocking. I say, waiting be this one. So there are indeed people who are actually Nigerians and non-Nigerians who finance terrorism in Nigeria. Even though say federal government of Nigeria, they don't come out recently talk say, oh, they go release the names of those where they finance terrorism recently. I mean, the administration of President Bola Tinubu talked down recently, but a lot of people don't expect say truly those names will be actually Nigerian names like that as it be. Well, these names, these ones, I don't even know if these ones are the ones who you send though, but these particular ones, okay, it shocked me. And the most shocking thing is the affiliations with some supposed people waiting for power. That one, now the most shocking part of the conversation. Well, you want to sit tight and relax and listen to this because it's gonna be a long read, and I hope say on go fit endure to hear all of them. By the way, it was Sahara Reporters that wrote this exclusive and let them get the exclusive. So all credit goes to them and not me. But here we go. Like I begin giving out the headlines of this matter and other things really happen for Nigeria one by one, as they always do here. Let's go. All right. So beginning with that matter as it is hot, exclusive, Sahara Reporters uncovers 23 suspected terror financiers with billions in suspicious transactions. It doesn't end there. Let's go further because there is a whistle blowing somewhere along. Terror suspects, alleged financiers were linked to powerful, where? Linked to powerful Nigerians, including ex-AGF attorney to the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, former Army Chief, Tukur Buratai, and others. Who talked this one? One Major General Ali Kefi retired. 90 revealed this one. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, now. And then they targeted me, retired Army General's detention ordeal, alleged assassination plot under Buhari government after exposing suspected terrorism financiers. These things happened without people even knowing it in that administration. Well, here you go. They don't finally come out. When they say nothing they hidden under the sun, maybe this one they hidden for a while, but they hidden for too long. Terror suspects. Alleged financiers were linked to powerful Nigerians, including ex-AGF Malami, former Army Chief Buratai, others. The last person will shock you. Now, Major General Ali Kefi retired 90 the summer this accusation as he get to do with this matter. Make we enter inside of that matter we get to do with terror, by the way, as they don't detain a doctor for supplying drugs to kidnapping gangs for Kwara State. Doctor supply drugs to kidnapping gangs for Kwara State. It shock you, make it no shock you. You could think say doctor should have known better. Kidnappers free residents of Enugu communities after payment of ransom amid rising tension. Enugu, yeah, you heard me. Enugu, not be any other place. Enugu, that is in the one that is in Enugu. That is it. Okay, so it's driving home, just so you know. Court schedules Tony Cole's 40 billion naira suit against FCT Minister Wike for December 9. It's going to be hot to hear that. Okay, weekend court. No, you can't win weekend court. Okay, how Enugu government ignored community warning about man who killed teenage girl for exposing sexual abuse. 4 children killed, another injured as IED, in case you don't know, improvised explosive device, that be the name, he explode for inside Borono Motor Park. That means suicide bombing, don't they resurface again. If they shock you, this now waiting to happen. Now, 4 children don't die. People don't wound for inside this matter. Bomb. Senate President Akpabio don't slam Senator Natasha Akpoti down with 200 billion naira. See the money. 200 billion. Share them the trillion, divide them, it will give you 1/5 of trillion. So 200 billion naira defamation suit over sexual harassment allegation. Natasha immediately replied, say, I did my own jejely. I don't keep quiet since so, and I don't leave me on one oga. See you in court. Now, not the time for me to present my evidence because I don't to keep quiet. One will go see the matter as it go take end. Now, Nigerian terrorists showing off ransom on TikTok, Facebook using Elon Musk Starlink. Federal government of Nigeria, now they talk this one. Say the federal government no go fit trace them. Presidency, now they tell you this one. No, in case you don't understand, because you go the one that say, oh, why it be say bandits they show off money when they collect for ransom, they talk back at our government and all that for TikTok, but government no fit do them anything. Don't be shocked, don't be shocked. Government say make we tell on us that because of saying that Elon Musk internet they use, then make they no fit find them. But you use that same Elon Musk internet insult government, make you look at that they no go catch you. That same Elon Musk internet, use it and abuse government. No could try something. Whether they go fit catch you or they no go catch you. Well, all this one now as it get to do with Nigeria. Many things about Nigeria not to they shock you because that's what you take before inside our country be that. Well, let's go on to other issues. Police nabbed 7 suspected kidnappers in Gombe. Kidnappers, 7 of them, they don't map them. Tinubu campaigning with patrol vans while soldiers trek to fight Boko Haram. Hey, this one enter. Say, oh God, they carry patrol van, they campaign. But meanwhile, on the people where they fight Boko Haram, our gallant soldiers say they fight Boko Haram. Wait till they carry, they trek, they go fight Boko Haram. Oh, but not true, not be true now. 2027 election, campaign buses arrived, but tractors will go help us, our industries, agriculture, no fit arrive. The same people will import the campaign buses, no fit import tractors. Okoya, Carlo Ajana in the question Tinubu and in priorities. Gunmen don't gun down policeman for inside broad daylight, snatch rifles, snatching gun for your hand for Benin City. Make it no shock you in Nigeria. But it's meanwhile, as it get to do with the drama when they happen for River State. After the Martin and Mehule led National Assembly, I mean House of Assembly, be resign. Then come later tell court say they not resign again. Well, then be resign from PDP. Come later tell court say they not resign again. Now they don't go back again, go resign that resign. In fact, as they talk to you now, they say they be members of APC now. As Speaker Mehula, Deputy Speaker, and 14 others defect from PDP to APC. These same people where Supreme Court talk say there is no evidence that they camped. Oh gosh, Nigeria. Wike breaks silence on defected Rivers lawmakers, by the way. And then he said, I'm still in PDP, as in reply to Turaki, as he dismiss in expulsion rumor. And then Tinubu received Chinese ambassador in Abuja. Minister will deny diverting 16.5 billion breach funds. Says allegation is baseless. In case you wonder, the minister would deny it. Let's say gossip been come about a particular minister of regional affairs, Obama Igari, will be say one person give a scoop of how he be say use divert money when they supposed to use do one there, conquer and do another thing. Don't say no, not be him or our enemies, and I'm not gonna leave me. As it gets to do with insecurity, we don't have time. Killing of Nigerians must stop. Oga new defense minister Musa Naindi talk this one. And then APC confirms defection of Rivers lawmakers, says they are now registered members of the APC. Well, make I begin bringing out this hot gist them one by follow joining me from inside the studio now. Oga Prince Francis Chilaka. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening, sir. Are you there, sir?
Precious, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Welcome, sir. Okay, so let's get started. Straight to the business. Sincere apologies, by the way, sir, for bringing you late. Even though it's partly your fault, sir, because you wanted to come this late. I just don't want them to think I'm the one who kept you so late, because it was a mutual agreement. All right, sir. So let's get started.
Wait, hold on. You cannot shave my hair behind me. When you say mutual agreement,
shave. I'm far away from you, sir.
Is it the type of agreement between the federal government and Reno Mokri?
No, Nawike and River State agreement type. River State agreement type.
You know, Precious. You talked about your state, and
you never reach that side now. If you want me to talk about this gossip, go.
No, calm down. Let us not go hard. Look with small. You talked about your state and your state House of Assembly Speaker and his members openly, shamelessly.
Can you just call it River State?
Shamelessly.
Can that suffice?
Foolishly, stupidly, coming out in public to say that they are no longer members of PDP and that they are defecting and that they are leaving PDP because of all the shenanigans going on. Do you know that what has played out is actually a slap on the judiciary?
On Supreme Court, just say that Supreme.
No. It's no. Let's not say Supreme Court. The judiciary as a whole.
So because this just makes good the case that the judiciary affirmed, make and look like say you can't like say judiciary knows say this thing they happen, but they deliberately judge wrong.
Exactly. So it shows you the level, the level of psychophancy that is going on in this country. Well, all it simply shows is that, psychophancy pays. The moment you become a sycophant, doors and windows and glasses and irons and everything is opened up to you. But I keep asking myself, these men who lie from their mouth to their tongue to their head to every part of their body, everything is lie. How do they sleep at night? How do they mentor their family members? How do their children see them? All because of what? Personal aggrandizement, personal interest, just to be able to be in power, just to be able to be where you can control the resources of Nigeria. You will lie, you will see your father walking on the street, you will deny him as your father. What kind of men and women do we have in this country?
On behalf of my Rivers people, we apologize to you if we insulted your sensibility.
That is why the federal government did not waste time to impose an expatriate on you people.
Ew.
And now it is very obvious. I hear that the expatriate too has been nominated to become an ambassador.
You follow?
Yes, I hear it's there. Yet we are waiting for this same Carlos, this so-called clueless State House of Assembly. Up to today, they have not been able to probe him. That has been put under the table. So the problem of Nigeria is not just insecurity. The reason why everybody is shouting insecurity is because of the fact that it has taken a new dimension. And that dimension is people are being kidnapped for ransom, people are being killed for no just cause. But the core problem of Nigeria is bad leadership and corruption. And if we do not cure this country of corruption and bad leadership, no matter what anybody does, this country cannot move forward. Because those you look up to show you the light, to be able to direct the affairs of this country, they are all completely corrupt from head to toe. So suddenly, the speaker has the mouth, he has the temerity to come out in public after denying, after deceiving or colluding with the Supreme Court to say he did not decamp, or to say that he's still a PD, he's still a member of APC or PDP, whichever party he decides to choose. These are people who came out on television to say we are no longer members of this party. But now they are admitting. I beg, PDP not gonna give them certificate of sack because now they reign now. So I'm wondering why Wike, their arrowhead, has not decamped. They have done all the groundwork.
He said he's still in PDP.
Which PDP? The same PDP that cannot produce a presidential candidate in 2027? Is that the PDP he's talking about? Let them keep deceiving themselves. They think they're deceiving Nigerians. Until we begin to have a system that punishes people for offense, no matter how highly placed you are, we will never get it right.
Thank you, sir. Sorry. On behalf of my village people for River State, we beg you sorry for making you angry this evening. No vex. Forgive us. No vex. Thank you. So let's get started with this exclusive because I'm really worried about this, and it may be a long read, and I want Nigerians to pay attention to this. So I'm not gonna make we use too much annoyance and start this conversation. No vex. Okay. So let's get started with the conversation because my mouth open like this when I hear this gist. I go read them in phases as it take come. Now, according to this exclusive by SaharaReporters, they say they obtained detailed information on a network of 20 Nigerians and 3 international individuals suspect where they suspect of financing and facilitating terrorism, particularly linked to Boko Haram activities. This will not be any other terrorism. Boko Haram precisely. That means we'll never even look at the ones that we be say get to do with the bandits. So this one are Boko Haram. Maybe we'll never even look at the ISWAP own. No, ISWAP own did different. This one will deal with first of all now as it gets to do with Boko Haram. And this they're very troubling. But let's get started with the conversation. So the investigation traces their personal data, financial transactions, and associations, highlighting links to convicted individuals and international arms and funds transfers. I don't know whether you understand, sir. So this investigation traces individuals them to some their personal data, can link them to some money where be say they send or receive, and the association where they don't get, where highlight the link where they don't get with people where don't they convicted because of terrorism before, and international arms, that's international people where they internationally where they involved for terrorism, including money transfers. Now, Sahara reporters gathered that the Nigerian suspects arrested in 2021 were subsequently released under questionable circumstances. I don't know if you understand me. That the Nigerian government actually arrested some of these people in 2021, but the Nigerian government released them under very questionable circumstances. Now, man will look at the names them. Local suspects them. I fit just run them through sharp, sharp, sharp because it is very long. One Alhaji Saidu Ahmed. Saidu Ahmed, also known as Alhaji Saidu or Alhaji Saidu Gold. They say them born on 6th of July 1961. He be Nigerian businessman residing in Zaria, Kaduna State, identified as the key financier of Boko Haram. He is connected to multiple associates and convicts through extensive financial transactions. His accounts have recorded inflows totaling 4.8 billion naira with frequent cash withdrawals. He is directly linked to convicts Surajo Abubakar Muhammad, Ibrahim Ali Al Hassan, and Bashir Aliyu Yusuf, as noted in the UAE court proceedings. This one, a document from UAE, United Arab Emirates. Then we'll go to Usaini Adamu, born on 2nd of March 1963 in Nigeria. Usaini Adamu, also known as Baba Hussaini or Baba Hussaini Adamu, is a businessman operating in Kano, serving as a guarantor for convict accounts. His BVN they linked to that account. 111 across 9 banks reflect inflows and outflows exceeding 43 billion naira and 50 billion naira respectively. Different. So a total of almost 100 billion naira transaction in one person's name. He has been implicated in facilitating the procurement of weapons and other logistic support for terrorist activities. Mohammed Sani Adamu, born 28th of March 1978, is a businessman and trader in forex and precious stones, operating in Kano and Yola. Now, so they name all of them one by one. His 41 BVN linked, that is 41 BVN linked accounts. You don't understand. One person BVN linked 41 accounts. Okay. Across 14 banks reveal inflows of 54.1 billion naira and outflows of 54.4 billion naira, primarily in transfers to and from known convicts. He is recognized as the right-hand associate of Alhaji Saidu, the first person we mentioned. Okay, we'll go to Muhammad Sani. We'll go to Abubakar Yellow. Adamu Yellow. Now, I'm Funny, born from October 1968 in Kano, based businessman. Bottom line, I like to rush it because I mean we have 23 of them, so I may not be able to finish it because of time. The day is already fast spent. Now, between 2014 and 2018, he executed transfers amounting to tens of millions of naira to convicts and key associates of Alhaji Saidu. He has total inflow and outflow of 61.4 billion naira and 51.7 billion naira respectively. You see the way the money they go like saying water. Murtala Abdullahi Jega, now also one of them. Sadiq Garba Abubakar, now also one of them, with questionable transactions like that. Husseini Adamu, now also one of them. Mustafa Ibrahim Yakubu, now also one of them. Al Abdullahi Yusuf, now also one of them. And then Nasiru Shuaibu. Now, all these are Nigerians. So, all these are Nigerians. Mostly Kanu. This one, Nagusao and Mina. That is Nasiru Shuaibu. Right. And then we have Yusuf Ghazali, Kano State. And then we have Mansur Muhammad Usman, which is also Kano State based. Yazid Usman Muhammad, Kano. Alhaji Musa Ima, Meduguri, with 15 accounts across 8 banks. Of course, in donor transactions of over 2 billion naira. Modu Solum, Meduguri, Adamu Aliu, Kanoma, Gusau, Zamfara State. And then we have Habibu Muhammad Usama. That one, Habibu Muhammad Usama Nagusau, and then Nuruddin Gani Aliyu na from where it's Sokoto State, the operator from Sokoto State, and then Ladan Ibrahim, public servant and chairman of the Sokoto Pilgrims Welfare Agency. Naimbi, 47 accounts across 5 banks, don't they significantly with plenty money inside, don't they linked to Gani Aliyu because of the same thing. And then Sadiq Garba Abubakar include above as a central financier with multiple transactions to convicts and their associates. Meanwhile, the international suspects were listed as Tribet Rujugiro Ayebatwa, his son Paul Nkwaya, and Abubakar Hima. Now, Tribet Ayebatwa, born March 1, 1940, Rwandan. Now, Rwanda from Ayabatwa died in April 2024, was a businessman and tobacco dealer with, that's just last year, now he died, with residencies in Nigeria and South Africa. His 70 accounts across 13 banks show inflow of 67 billion naira and outflows of 34 billion naira. He received funds from Alhaji Nura Gani and facilitated offshore transfers to South Africa linked to the convicts' financial networks. Paul Kwanya, a Rwandan businessman, of course, born in August 1967, is the son of Ayebatwa. They co-owned one leaf tobacco and commodities. He shares the same 70 BVN linked account and was involved in receiving and transferring funds connected to convicts and terrorists. And then we have Abubakar Hima, where they born, I think, 1973 March, in from Niger. Hima, also known as Petit, was identified by the investigating Nigerian authorities as an arms dealer operating in Abuja. He has 35 accounts across 2 Nigerian banks, facilitated transfers exceeding 1.9 million US dollars from the UAE to convict associates. He is under investigation for criminal conspiracy, money laundering, and all sorts of things. This revelation is mind-blowing. But that's not all. This is where it gets interesting, Prince Francis Chimaka, because this not be all. The shocking place where Ibisi this conversation gets interesting. Now they are linked to some powerful people for inside Nigeria, according to how Ibisi SaharaReporters use right up. And this is where it becomes a bit scary, because according to this report, some of these people were actually arrested, during the former administration, but were released very questionable and very awkward conditions. And this, now waiting to be say people they worry about it. How come you go arrest people like this, then can't release them anyhow? This now waiting raise the suspicion. Now let's see if we can get that. So a groundbreaking counterterrorism operation personally approved by former President Muhammadu Buhari, has resurfaced in a controversy following explosive revelations by one that retired Army General, they blow this whistle, by retired Army General Ali Kefi, who once commanded the 1 Division and served as General Officer commanding GOC. Now, Ali Kefi was handpicked in 2021 to lead Operation Service-Wide, OSW, a multi-agency investigative task force mandated to identify Boko Haram's masterminds, expose their financial backers, and dismantle the networks enabling the insurgency. That is the work what they give on farming. I said, oh yeah, oh, help us find the bigger people will be say they even sponsor these Boko Haram people. When you dig them out, expose them, find out where had their money they use, they go. Now, but according to the retired general, when you talk, according to people's Sahara reporters, the operation unearthed far more than expected. That is the operation when they send them to go when they say they do innocently, can reveal more than he ever imagined for in life. When go see. It exposed sprawling network of financiers allegedly tied to senior government officials, influential military officers, and top financial institutions. According to him, what followed was a systematic effort to neutralize the investigation, protect powerful individuals, and silence those behind the probe. After the revelation, they just neutralize everything, everywhere quiet. Now, information obtained by Sahara Reporters confirmed that OSW will be that operation service wide, working with the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, that is NFIU, arrested several high profile suspects in March 2021. The arrests were based on detailed financial intelligence that tracked flows of money linked to terrorism financing. Now, these findings were formally presented to President Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory in September 2021. As they link these people them and people they finance them, they can't carry everything with them link, hand over to Buhari for 2021 September under the auspices of the NFIU. Now, according to Ali Kefi, former Chief of Army Staff General Farouk Yahaya, retired, featured prominently in the briefing through information later linked and they say later information linked to one of the arrested suspects. I think I'll take that again. Now, according to Ali Kefi, where BC the blow the whistle, he's a former chief of army staff, General Farouk Yahaya, retired, featured prominently, that is in name come out well for inside the briefing. Though information later linked him to one of the arrested suspects. That is, information later linked a former chief of army staff to one of the suspects, then we be say, then don't arrest for inside the matter. Now, going further, Ali Kepi said the very next month, he was suddenly summoned to the headquarters of military police on October 18, 2021. He presented himself only to be detained for several hours after extensive interrogation. He was then held for 64 days, never charged, never queried, and never tried by any military or civil court before being compulsorily retired. Prince Francis Ihera, they retired the man compulsorily for waiting, doing the work where they send them to do, according to this conversation. Quoting it, for I said, till today, I don't know my offense, he said, adding that his arrest was a coordinated attempt to stop the terrorism financing probe we be say they send them to do. He stated that no action was taken on his petition to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said no action was taken on his petition to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to seeking redress, pushing him to a public and file a case at the National Industrial Court. In case you don't understand, say as he even tried to get to a petition to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, say the president will take any action concerning the matter. Now, he noted that as of now, the court has not sat even once, claiming that court processes were not served on the Nigerian army. So, to stall the case, I'm waiting in the think. Adding that his lawyer strongly suspects foul play. So, he come out for media, come blow whistle. Now, there are some powerful individuals linked to this suspect. Let's look at them and trace them. General Ali Kefi insists that his comments are not based on anonymous sources, but on what he was personally told by the then director CEO of the NFIU at the time, Webi Modibo Haman Tukur Rebadu, who worked directly with the OSW. Please, if you're watching, you can be making your verification investigations, because I think I tried to Google the names here if they worked at that time and all that, and it corresponded. So you can also do that before I decided to take this report. According to him, two suspects arrested by OSW were linked to former Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai. I don't know if you understand me. Two of the suspects will be say suppose be people wey dey linked to sponsoring terrorism for Nigeria. They say the two of them, two of the ones wey they arrest, were linked to former Chief of Army Staff Oga Tukur Buratai. Also, it doesn't end there. Say the third one will shock you. Also, two other suspects were linked to former Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami son, while one of the suspects was linked to, guess who now? Former Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele. Now it gets more interesting. Now, General Farouk Yahaya, retired, was linked to one suspect. He said, I am not accusing Burutai, Malami, or Emefiele of terrorism financing. No, Ali Kefi clarified. But I was informed by the former NFIU director that investigations linked them to some of the suspects. I don't know if they were later cleared, but up to the time that I was arrested, detained compulsorily, and compulsorily retired and taken off the OSW, they were linked to some of the suspects. That is to say that from the time when you know when still dey duty before they force them to retire, say these people name be never declared from this linking them to these people, then will be say they're suspecting and then they sponsor terrorism. He also revealed that Burutai reportedly asked the NFIU boss to prevail on me to release two suspects. That is, Burutai asked the NFIU Oga make he pressure him, make him release two of the suspects when they arrest, will be Ali Kefi, and he refused, saying he refused, and instead informed Buhari directly without naming Burutai. According to Ali Kefi, Buhari reacted angrily, telling him, "You report to me, and to me alone." I don't know if you understand. That means Buhari may be oblivious of the things that happened under him. Buhari angrily reacted and said, "You report to me and me alone." He further clarified that none of the powerful individuals were directly found to be involved in terrorism, though, but now the people them way perhaps they linked to them. He said, "Let me state again that the former director of NFIU told me that General Burutai Malami Emefiele and General Yahaya, respectively, were linked to some of the that they were just linked to some of the suspects who be said their arrests based on business connections. Not be saying that them they directly involved for the terrorism." A lot of people will say, what is a Nigerian official doing with someone who is linked to terrorism? That's not the question. If this investigation not true and this revelation, if not true. Now, he said, note that a lot of the suspects were engaged in legitimate businesses. So the other one, a backyard business, which was Bureau de Change, which, however, we suspected were cover up. The Bureau de Change job that they do were cover up for their other nefarious activity, which was terrorism financing. I don't know what they understand. Say a lot of the other suspects, them most of the people where they catch, say they get other businesses where they do, and most of the business that what they do, Bureau de Change. So, but they suspect say most of that business will be cover up for their backyard business will be to finance terrorism. Now, there is a case of 600 million offshore accounts and attempt of 500 million, 50 million US dollars bribe. So one of the international suspects, Abubakar Hima, was found to own an offshore account containing about 600 million US dollars, which the OSW traced through the NFIU. The Nigerian team alerted the United States, whose financial intelligence unit subsequently froze the accounts. Ali Kefi said he was later told by the NFIU boss that someone acting for Hima offered 50 million US dollars for Nigeria to inform the US that it had no issues with the funds effectively unfreezing the accounts. I don't know what I understand. Okay, sir. Now, Ali Kefi said he rejected the offer. Upon his release from detention, he was informed that the Nigerian government eventually wrote to the US requesting that the account be unfrozen. According to him, Buhari told the NFIU boss to reconcile with Malami over their differences. Efforts to derail the investigation. Now, Ali Kefi stated that the OSW had gathered extensive evidence for terrorism financing charges against 48 suspects, not just this 23 who name. 48 of them were in custody. However, he said he faced persistent pressure to downgrade the charges to money laundering and not terrorism, something he believed was designed to divert the case to the EFCC so that no go dey under him again, which at the time was under the influence of Malami and chaired by Abdulrasheed Bawa, Malami's relative. You dey hear am? Now, he alleged that a top prosecution lawyer assisting OSW was removed without explanation after refusing to compromise her stance that terrorism financing charges were warranted. The AGF's office failed to obtain necessary court orders to for asset for future and is instead applied only for detention orders. Now, according to him, the presidency, nine talk, and powerful officials wanted to kill the investigation. They want buried the investigation. After my release from this detention, I was told by Tukur Buratai, that Nigerian government wrote to the US to unfreeze the account. Wey me I suffer freeze. Now let me state that in the course of the investigation, sometime in August or September 2021, Abubakar removed one of the top prosecution lawyers who was assisting the OSW to build from the Ali Kefi's disclosure that OSW had a list of over 400 individuals to be arrested or eliminated. Over 400 individuals to be arrested or eliminated. Now, waiting then get. Now, the list included the late Boko Haram's most notorious commander, Abubakar Shekau. Some of the top 20 suspects are part of the 48 that the OSW arrested. People will be say they connected to Shekau. We had the list. In fact, this goes on and on and on. Make us stop right here. Prince Francis Chilaka, this is mind blowing if we understand exactly what this means. Prince Francis Chilaka, sir.
Nigeria is some people say Nigeria is YouTube.
This is scary.
Some people say Nigeria is YouTube. Some people say Nigeria is a stage where things keep happening and nobody does anything about it. The revelation is not something new to Nigerians, that Nigerians are behind the scenes sponsoring Boko Haram and insurgency. No, it's not. That is not even the problem. The problem is the fact that your late president, Buhari, set up this committee to be able to deceive the people. That was why the committee was set up. And as God will have it, the committee had someone who is not just an ordinary army officer, was a major general.
Who was upright and wanted to do his job.
Yes. And I felt his pain when even the man who set him up, the man who funded him, the man who engineered him, abandoned him halfway. Just brought him up for kill. That was it. So that is where it is worrisome. It is worrisome because those we consider as leaders, when they are supposed to act out as leaders, they chicken out. They don't chicken out because it's something they cannot handle. No, they chicken out because what they have collected. I mean, everybody thought that the late Buhari was a man, like people said, retired general, forceful, care, there are too many things people said. And these things were said by people with selfish and greedy mindset, because all they did was to package Buhari and put it on the footsteps of Nigerians.
So, Prince Francis Chilaka, this revelation.
And call me Precious.
Okay, sir.
Don't derail me. This is the same Buhari and his APC cohorts that were saying, crucify him, crucify him, crucify him, because he could not protect the Chibok girls. Crucify him because he could not protect Nigerians. Crucify him because he has refused to accept the fact that bandits, terrorists of a particular extraction were the ones causing this mayhem. And that was why they all gathered, including your men of God, shamefully. All of them were completely shameless. That's why they all gathered at Ojota, protesting. The Nigerian people caved in by allowing a Buhari, a man who had no conscience, who had no understanding of the 21st century, as president for 8 years. And that's why we are where we are today. Because even when Bola Ahmed Tinubu came up on board, they packaged him as well. The same people that packaged Buhari They packaged him. He's the master strategist. He built Lagos. Meanwhile, nobody gives credit to late Lateef Jakonde. Nobody gives credit to Fashola. Nobody gives credit to Ambode. But one man who just occupied one room in his mansion was seen as a strategist and the man that built Lagos. Where are we today? This report, this thing we're hearing, for me, it sounds like I don't know what to make of it. You know why? Because this same man, this Major General, said he reached out to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes.
And there was nothing, nobody said anything.
So people are saying that, is it that they told anybody the deal was that say nothing, do nothing about this, just make them.
But that is what it is. From what you have read, that is what it is. Don't forget, I think was it last week or so, I was saying something on your channel. I said, where are the 400 names? If late President Buhari has died, there is no way he would have gone to his grave with those names because they are not his property. They are the property of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So where are those names? Now I'm beginning to try to understand what the Honorable Member House Committee Chairman of I remember said a few days back that they cannot release these names publicly.
Make I go play you the video because now just remember, say wait, because I mean Dr. Kachi Ononuju and I were talking about it yesterday, and so we just looked that conversation from the surface, like say normal conversation. But looking at this report,
I told you that
there is
I told it was not
a conversation.
I told it was not a normal conversation. I told you that it is obvious that these people we call leaders are the ones killing us. And they're doing everything humanly possible to cover their asses. See, whether we like it or not, Precious,
sir,
these names that have been reeled out look more like we don't even know who they are.
These ones will just be the fronters, so
we don't even know who they are.
Now some people talk, say if people just the fronts. Because
I said we do not know who they are. Which of these names can you relate to?
No, by the time you begin to dig, you'll not be able to notice dot the T's.
So the point I'm trying to make is that
dot the I's and connect the T's.
If not for the stand of Donald Trump, Precious,
sir,
we don't enter. Now one chance we enter. Maybe by now say they don't come arrest you.
Why?
Go lock you up, say you talk of government anyhow. Because right now I hear your Senator Ned Nwoko says he wants social media, TikTok, Facebook, what do you call this on YouTube? He wants it regulated.
So because okay.
I'm coming back. That because they are spreading information. But after you come out, you are the one that is talking every day. You are granting press conference. So you don't want people to carry it. Now, coming back to this report, if Nigeria was actually a country that we have serious citizens, nobody would sleep for us today. Because we would have come out to demand for these people's arrest, including those that their names have been mentioned that are linked to them. We would have demanded for their arrest. So when America was telling you that there is genocide in Nigeria, you people think they don't know what they're saying. You people think that you don't know what they're saying. I've checked through the names you mentioned. I beg, tell me one Igbo man there.
Well, one of them is linked to Emefiele.
You never not be. I know they talk of the linkage now, and they talk of the names of the people, the conduit pipes. So it simply shows you that this is a multi-billion dollar business. Why would any sane person, any sane human being, why would a sane person be sponsoring terrorism?
So is it possible that the US is not aware of all of this? Because for Sahara reporters to get this conversation, you sure say with waiting they go on now, this major general never blew the whistle, reach United States side. But before I get more of your conversation, make we go back, go play that interview where the chairman house committee, I think his chairman house committee, House of Representative Committee on Defense, Jimmy Benson. And Jimmy Benson, I even
Jimmy Benson, yes.
Make we go take a, listen to what they talk again, because hearing this confession come make that interview make sense more. Let's take a listen to that interview again.
If you know the financiers, you don't try them in public. A lot of them are being under the scrutiny. They've been under the scrutiny for a long while. If you know the financiers, you don't try them in public. A lot of them are being under the scrutiny. They've been under the scrutiny for a long while.
No,
but these are not
trial is different from
by
tracking
by scrutiny. I mean trial. I mean identified.
Yeah, but why is it hidden?
Yes, some of them local, international. Right? So trust me, it's not as if the government is not doing anything. The government has done a lot. In recent times, under the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a lot is being done. A lot of them can't even ever think of financing anybody anymore.
Yeah, but
so
who are these people?
Work is in progress.
Who are these people? Why can't we know who they are?
No, the security.
I don't understand how you mean
security. You don't put
their
names.
If somebody is a criminal and is killing people and has led to the deaths of people, it is a major success for the government if that person is brought to book.
Yes,
and it shows the rest of us that the government is doing
something. A responsible government would also showcase that person at the appropriate time.
And when might that be?
Very soon. Very, very, very soon. Trust me, work is in progress. The government is working. They're tracking. They're trying, these people. And there's a lot of international help as well.
All right. So I guess this interview now makes more sense to a lot of Nigerians now. Because going back to the beginning, I'm sincere apologies. I didn't realize the internet was bad while I was talking. For no reason, my internet just go bad. Maybe my village people just say me then. I didn't even realize because I was just so engrossed in reading what I was reading. And I wanted to be sure that I was quoting them verbatim so that they know go come talk, say precious. Now you write them up, I make I show the headline of where I collect the story from. Let me get back to your thought. What is going on?
See, precious. What that man, that honorable or dishonorable member just said is to tell Nigerians that you guys are very stupid, you guys are useless, you guys have no moral right to ask us any question, you guys have no right whatsoever to know how your country is governed. That is what he just said. He just looked at the electorates to their faces and told them, go to hell. That is what he did. And 2027, he will stand up to be re-elected. You are telling Nigerians who are the ones who gave you employment, who employed you. You are telling them that they have no right. They have no right whatsoever to know those who are giving them pain, those who are killing their children and families, those who are maiming them, those who have chased them away from their ancestral homes. You are telling them that they have no right to know, and you call yourself somebody that has been elected to represent the people. Shame on him. Honestly speaking, And this is why Nigerians have said that the 10th Assembly does not exist. That it's just an appendage of the executive arm of government. And then tomorrow that man will want to be clapped for. He goes to bed, sleep with his 2 eyes closed because Nigeria provides security for him. Because he does not understand the cost of living. He does not understand what people go through when their family members are abducted. As we talk, we're talking about the financiers. Nobody has told us about the 300 and something children from Niger State. This is almost going to 2 weeks now, if I'm right. Who is feeding them? How are they faring? Nothing. So why don't you think that when you put these people's name out there, and we all begin to shame them, we all begin to call them out, while government is busy prosecuting them, don't you think that this whole menace will end? That is the only way to stop it. But no, you must protect them. I mean, is it not so pathetic, so shameful, so sad that a major general of the Nigerian army wrote to Mr. President, and Mr. President did not blink an eye. And you tell me that this administration is ready, willing to fight insurgents. Your former Chief of Army Staff, Buratai, his name was mentioned. He has an affiliation. He has, their business partners. They buy all the money he took from defense. They buy, he takes the naira to them. They change dollars for him. Even Emefiele. What would the Central Bank of Nigeria governor be doing with people who are financing terrorism? Why should his name be mentioned in the first place?
Remember that they said a lot of them are business owners who have businesses linked to Bureau de Change.
Precious, between you and I, we need sometimes when we talk, let us be very factual. There's what they call know your customer, KIC or KYC.
KYC.
In all banks. So if now I have money in the bank, the only person that I should go and meet is the CBN governor. Well, are you trying to tell me that the CBN governor is so clueless and so, so lazy? He has nothing doing that he'll be meeting individuals who do Bureau de Change. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Even Malami that has been mentioned.
Attorney General of the
Federation.
The fact that you even said that that the case was being pushed to be taken to the EFCC, which was said, which means that the case will now be under Malami and Malami's brother, who was the head or relative, who was the head of EFCC. The matter he get as it take be. Now, the man even alleged more things, so make on a no vex. He said he stayed 64 days in solitary confinement and forced to retire. The solitary confinement was all because you send me work. I begin expose things then based on what you send me. The expose is what I begin, or the revelations what I begin make, or things what I begin reveal become a problem to me. He said he was arrested and detained for 64 days in solitary confinement, where he slept on the floor, resulting in what he described as serious health consequences for him. I mean, to anyone. He said that period of detention preceded the process of that ultimately forced him out of the Nigerian army. He said, when I reported, they even stripped me of my shoes, belts, wristwatches, and money. That's what he talked. Presidency told me not to report to NAROC, which is Nigerian Army Resource Center, make a no trial. Now, the retired general narrated that during the initial interrogation, he was questioned about why he did not report to the Nigerian Army Resource Center after
Center.
being removed as a GOC on August 8, 2021. He insisted that he followed instructions allegedly relayed from the presidency, saying, I responded that the presidency told me not to report. The liaison between me and President Buhari told me that it was the former president's directive, that it was Buhari's directive that I should not report to the NARC. So I complied for a while until I smelled a rat. Prince Francis Chilaka. This is
You
really
know,
scary.
precious.
He said a lot, but make her dey let you. Be like say
If you recall, when people were saying that they should declare open grazing illegal, what did your former president Buhari do? He came from different angles. He brought Ruga. Nigeria said no. He brought this one. Nigeria said no. When he was not told to tell his people, Marundin Fulanis, to tell them to go and build ranches, what happened? Was he able to do that? So this whole thing has gone beyond land grabbing. It's just to make sure that a particular people of this particular religion get extincted from this country. Honestly, this whole revelation is too much for anybody to swallow. It is too much for Nigerians to swallow. That those who are killing us, those who are chasing us away from our ancestral homes, those who are maiming and raping our women, they are with us. They live with us. They drink with us. They dine with us. And yet, all they can ever think of is evil. Evil, not only to themselves, but evil to other Nigerians. People like that, if they are confirmed to be the real sponsors, precious, they should be stoned to death. There should be nothing like repentant anymore. There should be nothing like repentant.
Okay, so if you notice,
this thing just the scatter person head.
No vex, sir. So a few more things he said. He said he believed former President Buhari was not genuinely committed to the counter-terrorism projects he oversaw. I don't know whether
former president, you don't come out to speak for him out.
Say Buhari be no.
See, precious, hold on, please, hold on. Don't forget. Hold on. When Jonathan and Hejirika was decimating this so-called terrorist, what did he say then? What did the Arewa Consultative Forum say? What did Arewa elders say? What did the Arewa youths? No, don't touch them. These are our people. You are trying to reduce our population. This is where we are today. So what transpired between Major General Ali Kefi, retired, and this presidency is not different from what Jonathan said. It is easy. It is more difficult to wake somebody who is pretending to sleep than it is to wake somebody who is sleeping naturally. Because your former president, Buhari, didn't want the things that were revealed. He wasn't ready. He couldn't stomach it.
And for those who may think that this is fake news, Oga Buratai, I say Buratai, what did they call him? Oga Malami don't allegedly react to the conversation. So I'll also look into that reaction when give concerning the conversation. Okay, I will look into that reaction if this reaction come from am. But make I quickly just look back at waiting Oga talk now. Part of waiting Oga Kefi talk. Ali Kefi say he believed that President Buhari was not genuine. He was not genuinely committed to the counter-terrorism projects he oversaw. Mhm. Anything we won't read for that side, interpret them. Don't tell me to interpret. He linked this to an earlier investigation that he led in 2020 into 295 fuel-laden tankers smuggled into Benin Republic through Ilasa Baruba in Kwara State. According to him, the findings from that investigation, which were submitted to the presidency, placed Buhari in a difficult position. The report recommended that the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit (NFIU) trace individuals involved in terrorism financing, and Buhari publicly accepted these recommendations in February 2020. Ali Kefi said the NFIU later conducted extensive work, collaborating with 33 foreign financial intelligence agencies and securing documents such as classified, certified, translated copy of the Dubai judgment reports. Now, the NFIU reportedly submitted its findings directly to President Buhari and recommended establishing Operation Service Wide. They recommended that he should establish the Operation Service Wide, rather, that is the OSW, as an independent task force staffed by credible personnel from the military and intelligence agencies. He believed Buhari accepted this proposal reluctantly, not because he won't do it. His words, though, he believes he accepted the proposal reluctantly because the evidence presented by the NFIU made it difficult to reject the proposal. Now, as OSW proceeded, especially after the arrest of suspects linked to prominent Nigerians and the killing of Boko Haram leader Abubakar Shekau, which he attributed partly to OSW's activities, resistance began to mount. Ali Kefi said he received intelligence suggesting that powerful individuals felt threatened and planned his elimination. He also claimed that these individuals deceived Buhari by alleging that he and the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, will die for aircraft. Prince Francis Chilaka. Everybody has said that death was questionable, posed a threat to the administration. Saying him and Atahiru posed a threat to the administration. He suggested that Atahiru's death in the May 2021 military plane crash may have been connected to these tensions, although he acknowledged he could not prove this. He say, make I interpret that side. Say, in belief, say, waiting go don't make Oga Atahiru die. Feel they connected to this conversation. But say, although in no fit prove am, but say in belief so. Now, he said, I learned from credible intelligence sources, but I can't prove this, that the powerful individuals who planned our elimination first lied to the president that Atahiru and I were a threat to his regime. He said, now, whether Buhari approved the elimination of Atahiru in the manner that he and the other 9 passengers were killed in an aircraft explosion, I cannot determine, I cannot say. He questioned the federal government's reaction to the crash, noting that neither Buhari nor Vice President Yemi Osinbajo attended the funeral in Abuja the following day, despite being in the city. None of them go. He contrasted this with the high-level attendance at the burial of the late General Lagbaja under Tinubu administration. So it became people will go to Lagbaja burial, as if compared to people will go at a hero burial. However, the absence of Buhari, his vice Osinbajo, as well as high-powered federal government of Nigeria delegation at the funeral in Abuja, that is Atahiru, the day after the incident, May 22, 2021, despite that, they, Buhari and Osinbajo, were both in town in Abuja that day, indicated that something was amiss. Recall that that burial of late General Lagbaja, not only was Tinubu and Shettima present, but the leadership of National Assembly, the judiciary, and so many other prominent politicians were present. Now, Ali Kefi said he was informed that President Buhari would direct then Minister of Defense General Salihi Magashi, retired, to instruct the Chief of Army Staff COS to reverse his posting to NARC since he was on a presidential assignment. But when no action was taken, he grew suspicious. Fearing for his life, he said he decided to turn himself in rather than rely on assurance from those he believed were involved in a plot against him. Make I just stop here because the matter too long. I don't know where I go start and where I go stop. The matter too long, Oga Prince Francis Chilaka. This is just too mind blowing. I don't know where to start from talking about this conversation. It's very scary. Now, let me see if I can get a reaction of Oga Abubakar Malami, if this is actually a reaction from him. So we hear say the Attorney General done. I can't confirm this, but I hear that I'm seeing it from a news platform, but I can't confirm or verify it. That he has reacted. He denied insinuations linking him to terrorism financing, describing the claims as unfounded, unfair, and politically motivated. Malami said that he's never been accused, investigated, interrogated, or charged by any security, intelligence, or regulatory agency within or outside Nigeria over terrorism financing or any related offenses. In a statement today, Friday, the former minister said the publication that mentioned his name relied on innuendo and conjecture, adding that even the retired military officer cited as the source did not accuse him of funding terrorism. So, he no follow for funding terrorism. Oga Malami, they say he don't respond to the matter. Prince Francis Chilakasa, this is scary. So they talked about a plot to assassinate him in Abuja, in Kaduna, in the Abuja Kaduna Highway. And then he also said that they feared what would come to light in court if the matter was even heard in court. That high profile links to terror financing, it's a lot. Ali Kefi, he said, Al-Kefi's 2023 letter to Tinubu was also displayed in this conversation. I wish I can just display that letter that he wrote to Tinubu. Prince Francis Chilaka, this is scary and mind-boggling. If this is all the conversation we can have today, I don't know. This is scary. But I'm sure that in the coming weeks we'll get to hear more about this. I do hope. And so the problem is, say, why mainstream media not be taken?
Precious, you are now you have asked a question, and how many of the attacks across the country by Boko Haram do the mainstream media report? How many? You see, most times in Nigeria, if you are opportune to tune MTA, when they'll be playing, telling you about some people were killed in Jos, some were killed in Makodi. This one, NTA will be showing you agriculture. Those who work on the NTA pretend as if they are not part of the larger society. You know, this revelation is I think it's by tomorrow that Nigerians will really come out for it. But then it's not just about getting offended, shouting. No, be out there. This is a time we expect the Nigerian Labour Congress to be speaking. If you remember, Joe Ajere was charged for treason. How far did that case go? Meanwhile, now you are hearing of people that are close to bandits, close to Boko Haram, and you are keeping quiet. See, I don't know where to start from. I don't even know what to say about this whole thing. It's nauseating, it's annoying. That same person you are living with in the same compound, you fetch water from the same pipe, is the same person that turns into a monster while you're not there. The same person that starts to champion causes when you're not there. This whole thing is nothing but abuse of power, abuse of the fact that we have owned up our integrity to government. This is a very shameful act. Extremely shameful.
So, Prince Francis Chilaka, I'd like to know why, again, is it possible that this administration is oblivious of all this? Because, to be fair to this administration, they don't know what's in this whole thing there about. This is going to happen under them. But then, is it possible that they're oblivious about this? If they are not, why has there been calm? Or could it be based on what that House of Rep member thought? Say maybe underground investigation they go on and scrutiny they go on underground.
Precious.
To let us
governance
know.
is a continuum. Governance is a continuum. And that's why we always say that soldier come, soldier go, waiting go remain na barrack. So now that barrack, now you don't remain for River State now as we talk.
Oh, if you don't come my village people now, you know go complete.
No, let's see. The things that happen in this country, it's not just one place. A lot of things have led to a lot of things. And we started losing a grip on our country called Nigeria when we now monetized elections. When people know that they go to polling booth, somebody will be there with money to give to them. And all of this is because we have put before us an electoral process that is even more expensive to handle. For me, I hope that this news will get into the ears of government and the government will begin to do the needful immediately.
To see if I can get a copy of the letter that was written to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu because of this, and while I also try to see if I can open phone lines for people to quickly jump in and get in their thoughts.
You see what I'm trying to say, Precious, what is really pissing me off in all of this is the fact that there are people still in this present administration that knows. They know that evil is being perpetrated daily. And that was why when Reverend Dachomos started this talk, first of all, they tried to push him down and stop him. When they started calling him unobedient. But he has revealed the truth. He has revealed the truth. The truth that a lot has gone wrong. The truth that, those we look up to as leaders are not leaders. They're not worth the onions. They're not worth being called leaders. That is so painful. These are people that are being given responsibility, but they do not want to own up to that responsibility. I find this whole thing so annoying, that you just feel that maybe every Nigerian should become an animal. So that we know that our leaders they have superior sense. But unfortunately, no, our leaders don't. They don't even understand ABCD. I can't hear you, Precious. Are you talking to me?
Sorry, Prince Francis Chilakasa. And I'm wondering, something just they crossed my mind. Say, how, with all of these things really happen and based on the pressure where this America they put on us and these revelations they come out like this when they come out, do you think it's an indictment to our government that these revelations they come out like this at a time like this when we say we get international pressure about the same thing will be terrorism, fight against terrorism?
I'm going to answer that indictment. Your government has been indicted as far back as May 29, 2023. That's when the government was indicted. Because the government came out boldly to tell you that they will continue from where late President Buhari stopped. So nobody can exonerate them. I told you, I said, the so-called retirement or resignation or health grounds put up by your minister, your former minister of defense is too empty. But the government is moving on now because they know the government does not want America to send their soldiers into this country. So the government is doing everything, even though what they are doing is overstretching them. So they're doing everything to ensure that, and that it is because they're doing it. Now we're beginning to see a lot of revelations. Who would have believed that, your minister, first of all, it started with the party chairman, then your minister putting on resignation on health grounds. Ganduje did the same thing. Ganduje said, I was sick. I'm dying. Nigerians make no verse. I can't be the chairman of the party any longer. My health is deteriorating. But immediately he stepped out, what happened? He took up another appointment. Oh my God, these people have no shame. Your leaders, they have no shame.
Right, sir. So, Prince Francis Chilakasa, no vex. I've been busy trying to get hold of the letter that Oga Kefi wrote to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023, I guess so. So I want to quickly see if I can put up a bit of it. It's a long read. I can't read all of it, but I will just post them randomly so that anybody who won't read them go look for a way to get into our platform, read them and see within it be. Or you go straight to SaharaReporters, people will be see write the story, not me write them. It is I post the headline there, so I don't see the headline of where most of this conversation day. So then I go see every evidence that we see there for inside the matter, make on fit the read and by on ourselves. Now, indeed, the man sent a letter to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023, I want to believe, not 2024. Let me see from the letterhead. Here is the letterhead that was sent to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Here is it. That's the letter that was sent to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It reads, it was dated, yes, June 20. That is immediately the president took over office. Dated 21st of June 2023.
Yeah, because he felt that there was need to keep the president abreast of the information of what was happening in the country.
Yes,
hoping that the president would take a decisive action. But no, the president behaved just like his predecessor.
And then it was titled The Unjust and Unfair Treatment, Illegal Arrest and Premature Retirement of Major General D.H. Ali Kefi. Then puts in service number from the Nigerian Armed Forces. Call for your urgent review and redress. It talked and he explained a lot in it. I was appointed as the head of force by your predecessor, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Muhammadu Buhari. He said, I think he narrated practically this ordeal. He narrated.
The truth of the matter was that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at no point in time, was willing to confront these bandits because they are from a particular ethnic group.
Sir?
Yes. Yes. He didn't want to do that. I mean, look at what happened in Yalawata. Did your president go there?
But he visited.
Your president did not go there.
He visited.
And that's the truth. He didn't go there. Even you heard what the general said, that when they were burying the last chief, the then chief of army staff, that even your vice president, Yume Oshibajo, did not attend.
That was Buhari. And Oshibajo.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But during that Lagbaja's time, President Tinubu was visibly pained. He was very pained. He attended. Not only did he attend, his vice also attended. A lot of high-profile people attended because of him.
So this is to show you that the president at no time wanted to see. All he wanted to see was a report that is turned upside down, not a report reflecting the reality on ground.
That
That was
is
what you
President
wanted to
Muhammad
see.
Buhari. That's President Buhari who constituted the
Exactly.
operation. Hey, okay. All right. So I wanted us to highlight a few things from waiting. In fact, from everything about the letter, he basically, and then he kept writing it confidential, 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 so that they would know saying classified information nine they contain inside that conversation. So almost all the entire document, the classifier, I mean, shows saying a classified information. But make I just rush through some of them, just to the poster, and make people just see what's in the BC, because of course, obviously, I can't read all of them. The night is already fast spent, so that I don't get to stress us more, stretch us further. Yeah, so you can see some of the things we'll be seeing highlight for the conversation. Exactly, mostly what is narrated here today. Now, what's in the say highlights of the conversation? Petroleum resources is he narrated mostly part of what's in the say he encounter for inside the conversation, and then that's about it. That's about it. Well, in the course of our conversation, I will continue to highlight some of them. This particularly is extremely scary. I know if it even go back, go look at other things and we be say talk for inside the matter, because I don't even know where we want to start from. This is very, very mind-boggling conversation for us to have. He did say quite a lot of stuff. He did say quite a lot of stuff. He said in a letter dated June 21, 2023, Ali Kefi informed President Bola Tinubu that he faced severe backlash following the success of OSW to covert counter-terrorism task force he led. He said that is the covert counter-terrorism task force he led. He said OSW's effort to disrupt Boko Haram's financing networks threatened powerful individuals in government. That is, he confessed everything to President Bola Tinubu. According to him, the dangers facing the task force were so significant that some OSW personnel considered that May 21, 2021, that the air crash that killed Atahiro and others to be suspicious. In his letter, he noted that after handing over command of one division on August 10, 2021, Ali Kefin went to presidential villa to brief then President Buhari on his redeployment. And then he said Buhari instructed him to continue leading OSW and assured him that his posting to the Nigerian Army Resource Center, NAC, would be amended so the assignment would not be affected. He continued working. He said a lot. He described the experience as humiliating, what he went through in the past 64 days, or the 64 days he was detained. He said even after notifying Buhari of the presidency and receiving reassurance, he honored the initiative of October 18, accompanied by OSW's legal advisor. That day, he was detained, stripped of his office. As part of the investigation, he begged President Tinubu to do something. He said the mistreatment that I received under the former administration was, in my opinion, to protect the criminal enterprise, which BHT and other insurgent groups represent. That is Boko Haram terrorists and other insurgent groups represent. So he hoped that President Tinubu would have acted on this, but unfortunately, the president did not act on this. Nigerians say phone lines are open. I see, I'm not getting a lot to talk about today. There's a lot happening. Prince Francis still like, don't talk about my River State matter. Make I let you talk about Natasha and Godwin Emefiele very quickly. So Oga Godwin Emefiele, you don't slam a 200 billion in the year, and the amount hefty amount, 200 billion naira charge on top of Natasha Potu for
Well, I think
but
Precious, I'll say this. Your
sir,
Senate president is being insensitive at this point in time. He's just trying
eh,
to look for something to divert the attentions of Nigerians.
but Natasha
We're
don't
faced
answer
with
and
the
say
more
that opportunity for her to show her evidence be that so
yes,
she
we're faced with the more serious issue, which is the issue of insecurity. And the fact that we do not have what it takes to fight and eliminate them. That's what we're talking about. Not talking about whether defamation, not talking about whether you had the romantic times with Natasha or not. So you can see that, left to this Senate president, he would rather prefer people without dissenting voices. He would rather prefer that because I've taken time to study. I find out that anybody that criticizes him, he does not have the patience of being criticized. Once he feels criticized, it comes to attack. So for me, Well, let's see how it pans out. That evidence, I beg, if as people will say, if not the evidence where they show, best we know where cloth, I beg post am for social media, make all of us watch.
Nigeria's phone lines are open. Please just jump in on the conversation. The night is already fast spent. I cannot have us go through other, things really for inside the menu today. So this one we will talk, actually a mouthful. So that I go feel let when I go sleep and let Prince Francis still like I retire. Even though they say tomorrow not be work, but I know go fit keep Oga man picking Oga not vexer. Forgive us, I beg. So please kindly calling and just join the conversation. I'd really love to know what you guys think about this conversation. 0817029477. That is the number to call. 0817029477. Or you click on the link that is inside the pinned post. That link will bring you straight into the studio to be part of the conversation. I beg, shapali, make we get your take for inside the conversation. T.Y. Danjuma, my brother, are you here?
I
In
do.
voice, can you see what I'm saw?
I do. I put for granted. They say, "I'm good evening, precious.
Can you
Good
see what I'm
evening, Prince
saw?
Kilaka."
Good evening,
Not
my
be small
brother.
thing, no.
My eyes are full.
Not be small thing. You never even see, sir. This
And
one,
my
I just,
my ears are wide.
just scratching the surface. It's a very complex, hydra-headed issue. This insurgency. Not be the thing where this one where they put Musa there. I just feel sorry for him because there's really nothing he can do. I just pray that throughout this assignment, he go come out there unscathed and he go there safe because the forces that are entrenched in ensuring that this insurgency continues, they're full ground. In fact, didn't you hear Sheikh Asada accusing your defense minister that is it Truji
Told you
when
below.
he was arrested, that defense minister made a call. He made a leave and say, "I'm boy." That's your defense minister.
No,
Didn't
Minister of State for Defense, not be defense minister.
and I defense now.
Okay,
Now
sorry.
defense now.
If
You
not that,
want make I
if not that
you, you, want-
particular principle,
you want make I enter trouble?
no
You
vex.
see here, another defense minister tell you say there be two now. Tell you say there is no need to go and bomb forest because but forest they mortar proof. I never hear that kind of thing. I never ever hear that kind of thing. So what in Danjuma Ali Kefi General Danjuma Ali Kefi talk? Not be that one. I just you will see that the thing where Buhari no fit handle, who is the commander in chief, who no fit handle. You gonna say the thing hard.
Buhari was not a commander in chief because he was not ready to handle issues. He was more concerned with his health, using toothpick, and telling you that there are certain people are a dot. So those were the things he was concerned with. Just like our
No.
president today, just like your president today is consumed with coming back a second term. That is how Buhari was.
No, but
That is the problem.
Buhari was commander in chief. You can't take that away from him. If he didn't perform, I they tell you the forces were there against him. You can't. There's nothing you can do. Just the same thing where this man can do because he told you, "Hey, do you want them to kill me?" He's just telling you that the forces that are holding. I mean, look at.
Make we not dey give excuse for these stupid and clueless leaders.
I'm not giving. I'm not. Hold on.
The vow he has taken. The vow he has taken is to protect Nigerians, and in the process of protecting Nigerians, he's putting his life on the line. If he dies for the good of all.
Okay, Chief Chilaka, it's easy to say that, a general in the military has just told you what he suffered fighting for the nation. This is just one. He has just given you an example, saying that a former CDS who is said to have died by a plane crash, may not have died by plane crash. He's told you that, and it took time to enumerate. I read that letter, about a week or so ago. So he's just what he's trying to tell you is that the forces that are supporting this insurgency, both within and outside, are so powerful that if you have to fight it, I mean, you heard the pronouncement of northern leaders, some of the northern leaders, Etiala and so many of what they say. It's only now.
Those clowns. Those ones are clowns. Leave them, I beg.
It's only now where they don't see a force way past them. It's only now, just when Trump just sneezed, that they know, say, this Trump, now where this man is not the play. That's why you see them panic. That's why you are seeing Akpabio now pretending to as if they're doing job now. No more bow and go and bow and So the point is, we have to accept that it be like a cancer. It don't eat so deep. It's a multi-billion enterprise for so many people. Tell me, how can this kind of transaction be going on in the bank? This kind of lodgements be going on in the banks, and they cannot report it when there's a law in the country that at certain transactions, has to be reported to the central bank. When you are talking about Emefiele, I'm not holding brief for him. There is no how all these transactions will go on. The magnitude, the quantum of money that is involved, that will not go through Emefiele. And they don't burn Emefiele well, make him stand, say he want to pose up. They will take him away or they will kill him. That is where I see his connection. Because why would Emefiele be?
What you're saying in effect is that all the leaders we have had are toothless bulldogs.
Exactly. They are useless. Particularly when it comes to this whole issue. There's a cabal that is holding this country down. And
well, we will dismantle that cabal.
If you want to do it, you must be ready to put your life down. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, look at presidential candidates where they come out, where they tell you the truth, they threaten them, they try to kill them, they do all manners of things. So what I'm trying to say is that this fight is not just mounting it. There's nothing that you have read here that Tinubu didn't know. There's nothing that you have said here that the governments don't know. That there are people in the military, there are people in government, there are who do you think put Tinubu there? What is the basis for allowing him to be there? These are the people.
Are you saying that Tinubu was not put there by the people? Because he claims that the people put him there, that he got the vote of the people, 8 million votes.
Well, he contradicts. He's saying that you have to snatch it, grab it, and run with it.
That one was before the election. That one was. It was when Onchomas get set, go.
He told Hajia Najatu Mohammed that he don't get any plan, that he can't do anything, they go kill him. He said all those. So it's not news. There are people who put him there, he can't touch them. Why is it a coincidence? You think it's a coincidence that you have the defense minister and the junior minister, all of them, they finger them, say they get some connection with this thing, and then you have Osama, as his vice. I mean, it's not by coincidence.
It's not by coincidence.
Osama, I don't know. Now somebody name.
Don't put us for wahala. You did relax.
I don't call anybody name.
Why you people are calling names that I don't know anything about? Can I just take a call? Please.
Okay, take a call. I don't know. And now Osama and I call. I don't call anybody name.
Sometimes of the day. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Madam Precious. Good evening, Prince Chiwaka and Major, is it General T.Y.
General T.Y. Danjuma. Oh, yeah. You got it.
Oh, my God.
You got it.
Now you get all the oil wells.
Now you think that oil wells.
Oh, Lord.
What's your name, Sam? Where are you calling from?
My name is John. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
You're welcome, Mr. John. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Shoot.
All right. I've been hearing all your conversation. I think more revelation is going to come out. But the point here is this. Is Tinubu man enough to allow this situation, this security situation, work out? I don't think he would allow that. But if I was in his shoes, if he doesn't really want to play politics with it, he should just collaborate with American government to do away with this insecurity. He will write his name in a good book to Nigerians.
So what will happen to his second? What will happen to his second term? Sir, I don't hear you. Your village people take like small. Sorry, sir. No, I don't hear you again. No, you dey quench go off and on. Can you say something again? Hello? Oh dear, we lost him. I hope it's not be my own village people can they cause a problem or.
You know, Precious. If you look at Jonathan's period, he suffered the same problem. I have said it here on this platform, maybe this platform or somewhere else, how they got this financiers of Boko Haram at the time in the northeast cornered, and then the military was just waiting for instruction from the commander-in-chief to go ahead, may they wipe them out. The high command and the financiers, but that command didn't come. And we also know the story of Ihe and how they eased them out. And then, of course, how they stopped the mercenaries that Jonathan, executive outcome that Jonathan brought from South Africa. There is a system. The people there are such that I don't know how we are going to deal with this thing. But it's a good thing for me that Trump has come. And I know that the conditions that he has given to them is impossible for Nigeria to meet it.
All right.
So invariably.
Thank you. Let's quickly just help me hold your thoughts there, please. Let's quickly attend to some people. Good evening, sir, and welcome. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, my name is Chooks. I'm calling from the United Kingdom.
Mr. Chooks, you're welcome. Go ahead. Yes, they greet you back.
You say we should stop giving excuses for these people. I'm so disappointed with the general, T.Y. Benjamin today. How can you give an excuse that they will kill him? This is commander-in-chief, for Christ's sake. Are you telling me if it is Obasanjo, he will not do what he needed to do? And all these things are politics. They just say it as it is. He's doing that because he wants his second chance. There's a chief in command. All you've got to do is fight all these people. Look at their positions. Then they're useless. I don't know why we Nigerians we keep giving excuses. So we should be giving excuses. The country will be going. Where will this come? Our country is even. I think Somalia is. We are getting close to Somalia. I mean, we can't be giving all this type of excuses. All these people, they are not untouchable. The only untouchable is the politics behind it. Thank you.
Let me correct this. Let me correct him. Nobody is giving excuses, and I think he's getting the argument very wrong. Nobody is giving that. We are saying. I am saying that this. I started by saying that this is a Hydra-headed, issue, and that anybody who wants to do it must be ready to lay his life down. And your leaders are not ready to die for it. That's not an excuse. It's the reality of the fact. That's what it is. They're not ready. So that is why an outsider has to come in to tell them the fact. Because he has warned them before. He has told Buhari when Buhari came to America, you have to do something about this thing. He couldn't do. There is no political will. We know that. So what is he talking about? There's no political will. They can't do it. They can't do it. That's the truth. You have to have an outsider to take action and do it. That's the truth. They can't do it. So nobody's holding brief for anybody or trying to give excuses. They can't do it. You don't have a leader right now who is ready to say anything that is going to happen, let it happen. I'm going to do it. You don't have it. That's not an excuse. That's the fact.
What are you serious about that?
Yes, I'm serious. I'm
Hey.
serious.
So that means more or less if they talk say we no get leader wey be say value the country past their ambition.
But
Or you just
you
tell
see a general. You just read a letter from a general that is telling you what he wants to deal with the situation. You saw Chris, you know, when he was saying, shoot, don't wait for any instruction, because when you wait for command, if you know, please, then if there's somebody that they are interested in, they won't give the command. We have had situations where military people that are guiding schools, are guiding installations, they get intel that these people are coming. 30 minutes or 40 minutes before those people come, they come out. Who gives them the instruction to leave? Somebody, they give them instruction. Somebody, they give them instruction, and they have to leave. So if you want to solve this problem, you must be ready to totally wipe out this nonsense and all those people who are behind it. And who is there to do it? It's not just mouthing. It's not just coming and saying, no. You don't have a leader right now who is going to do it, who is ready to do it. You don't have.
Prince Francis Chilaka, do you agree with him on that? I don't think so. Meaning that all of our leaders no
No,
prioritize Nigeria.
it's not a matter of agreeing or not agreeing. For me, we just have people who do not understand what leadership is, occupying leadership positions. We have people who do not understand that for you to be a leader, you must be open to serve. But we have people who want to be served. And that's the big problem. Rather than address issues that are affecting everybody, that is affecting our livelihood as Nigerians, they're busy talking about 2027. They already started campaigning. They started appointing people to, so it simply shows you that, anything that will disrupt the largesse that comes to the political class from the various political offices, that they will come after it.
Precious, how can somebody go and kill an assistant commissioner of police, take his uniform, wear it and come to a peace meeting where soldiers are there, police are there, and nothing happens? He just goes free. After the meeting, he goes back home.
I go. Maybe Ogatoni Chukudi. Sorry, Ogatoni from Chicago. If you answer that question, Ogatoni, good evening and welcome. Shebi get answer for waiting till White and Juma ask.
Precious, how can somebody 100%
with you, White and Juma, on this issue? We don't have anybody that can do it for Nigeria now. Currently, we don't have it.
So wait. When you and they talk, we say we no get any Nigerian politician wey dey now. We talk say, I no wan get ambition, but make I just save this country and do the right thing.
Let me tell you something. Do you know what is going in mind of Prince Chile Kata or Tiwanda Juba? You don't know. The next person beside you might be having sympathy with the Boko Haram and all those people. We don't know. That's the problem we have in Nigeria. That's in the government. You're talking to me, I don't know whether I'm sympathizing with them. That's the problem we are facing currently now. So we don't have anybody, but everybody is scared.
Precious, how can somebody go and kill an assistant?
You don't know where the next person is having any connection with them, and your life is that what you should know. All those rich men, the wealthy politicians are afraid of death. They are really afraid of death. So they don't want to die. So that's the problem. We don't have someone that can speak. Even Peter Obi cannot do it. He cannot go to the Sambisa. He can't do that. Nobody can do that. You only have to shake up now because of the government of the Trump has initiated a step on it. But at the end of the day, it will collapse. This is Nigerian system. The mistake has been done, and I don't know who can bear out or this cross on our neck. It's a very, very big problem we are facing in the country, Nigeria. I'll be honest to you. Look at it, the general was murdered like a chicken. You know what that means? The brigadier general was murdered like a chicken. So who gave out the information where it is? And this person gave this information to the highest authority of the time that come pick him up. Up till now, did they know where they get to pick him up or not? Did they tell us again? Did they tell whether they come to look for him?
can answer all those questions. If you ask them, they say that it's a security issue. Look at what the man was saying. You know, security issue. They don't know what they are saying. They don't have any answer to those questions. The only people that are doing is for U.S. Army. But U.S. Army need to work alone. If they work with Nigerian military, we cannot get the results. Because they don't know who they are going to let information with. It's only that like this for us. But the problem is that a lot of people are scared of what's going to happen. I don't know how armed robber is coming to your house every day, and I still didn't come and take them out, and you are panicking. You say, no, don't come and take them out. That's one sort of I think, are we really okay? You have terrorists terrorizing your country, and someone say, let me go and take them out for you. You start saying, no, don't come. That means you welcome them. That means there's something the government eating from them. You are saying delegation to US that to do the work you're supposed to do. Brother, we are in the mess on this speaking. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Make I quickly talk to Ken. Oga Ken, good evening. Good evening and welcome, Mr. Ken.
Good evening, Madam Precious.
Welcome,
I'm
sir.
Ken. Sorry, I'm driving. I'm calling from Atlanta. I just have a question to add to what. Good evening, Prince and TY. Good evening, Oga TY. When OD happened, who gave the command to go clear OD?
President.
When the last one that happened in Bayelsa, who gave the command?
It wasn't Bayelsa, it was Delta State.
Delta State. Who gave those commands? Was it not commander-in-chief? Why are they finding it hard to clear these terrorists? Prince Chilaka or Gatiwai have said it all. This is just pure politics. They're playing with people's life because it has not gotten to their doorstep. I'm telling you, the day one of their kids are kidnapped or terrorists invade their places, you will see that these commands will come out. We need to be serious as a people. We can't be taking all these things as levity. All these names has been mentioned. Nothing is going to happen. Everybody will just lay low. The Nigerians will shout for 1-2 days. They will move on. And that's all. It's all about politics. It's all about making money. It's all about, putting the country back and putting themselves in the front. I don't have much to say. I just want to say good job you're doing. We appreciate everybody. Prince Chilaka, Ogatiwa, and Madam Precious, we appreciate you. You guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Good night. Hey.
Precious, let me tell you. I've never said this anywhere, but I'll say it here. If we want to be honest to ourselves, not to just split this country, maybe into 4 or something.
4 no go solve our problem.
Wait, no. Listen.
50 pieces or 50 parts.
Listen. Look at the names where you call. The North is bringing us back now. The North is bringing this country back. Let them go and carry their problem. Let them go. Let them go. Let everybody go. How this thing will they do it? Let everybody go. It may not solve the problem, but it will reduce the problem.
For the North be part of that now. You can't be like say they stereotype people for the North now. Because
precious. There are good people. There are good people in the North, but unfortunately, they can cross and go back to go to the South. We'll accept them, the good ones. Let the bad ones stay on their own now, and let them enjoy their this thing now. Let them enjoy all this money where they mention. If they put it in the life of Almajiri, wouldn't it not be better? All these billions where they mention, and this is just you are scratching the surface. Let us be serious now.
Make I bring the Barrys in. The Barrys, Wuga, Ododo was say.
Good evening, beautiful Precious.
I wanted to say
Kanamoy, look at you. You're just bringing this out of me. My most liberal Igbo man, Prince Chilaka.
My brother, how are you?
Fine, good evening. TY, this your TY. You need to find a way. TY, every time I think of TY, I think of TY Danjuma. And we need to figure something out.
we need to get him some oil wells. You know, we know we're both from
This,
Nigeria.
that's the problem. That's why every time I hear TY, my heart they beat bad. Which one the TY?
Well done, welcome, guys.
Yes, so thank you so much. This information, it be like now this channel they dig out all this thing because I listen to so many other places. The information that you bring are precious, you have no idea. So here is no. I know you are not the author of any confusion. Don't worry. Yeah.
I put the source, so I put the
yes, definitely.
All right.
This is my concern. You know, the thing comes so fast that before you know it, this information that's out here will pass on and will move on. This whole thing about the president that we have, we don't even know his identity. What happened to that whole thing? So why do we think that somebody's going to solve anything that you have when the man in charge, we don't know him up till today? And it seems that information just disappeared. The man, we don't know his real village, his parents, his school, his real name. Like see, I know one shout. We don't forget that one. I'm expecting him to do these things where they ask. The good thing is this. Well, in as much as Trump gets his good side and bad side, they are beginning to, our people, they fear him. So the people are supposed to now stand up using Trump as a pillar to stand up and demand for what we need. All these ones that my wish is, as they roll out those cars for campaign, where INEC, no one give time, say, listen, no, time never reach. They want campaign while people are dying. As they roll out those vehicles, I promise you, one of those vehicles will get on fire. Some people would, I just watch. That is the plan. I don't want to put anybody for trouble. People are dying. We are talking about something serious. So I want campaign. Campaign for what? This man is in office. What do you want campaign for? What are we campaigning for right now? Look at my state. Look at the whole thing. They messed up the whole state. This National Assembly plus State Assembly, what do you call them? They are going back and forth, back and forth. This president or all of them, nobody is saying anything. I don't say Chilaka saying Prince Chilaka is saying our last governor, what's in his name be? What do you call that man again?
Expatriate, I can't rule our
and they laugh anytime I hear that they're gonna expatriate. I say no be Nigerian. So we have our governor since he came back. Nothing is just so quiet. Like what is going on in Nigeria? Me and the combo precious.
The governor has been doused with cold water.
Hey, the man let me down. This guy, the guy.
Not be the State House of Assembly people formally don't decamp from PDP to APC today.
So where the law, where the court judgment, where the court judgment? But the court said they didn't present a paper to prove that they've left PDP. So for that reason, they were still, where they're not. Who wrote them the paper now? Which of the faction? Is it Wake or the other side? And then go give them the letter. Say they don't decamp.
Anybody can. See, even Oluwole go print paper for them.
So, but anyways, I just make a remind. So we get plenty things where they in line where people like say Nigeria don't forget the major issue. They keep bringing out some things now. Now we are deliberating on whether the ambassadors, whoever they nominate, why would that even be an issue? We have major core issue where start from the presidency. Say, guy, we don't know you. You want contest again? Which paper you go bring now? What are you going to stand on now? All these things. Everybody's just quiet. What's going on now? Wow, not in Nigeria where I bomb with this or where? What is going on? Precious. I say make I just chip in there say that case there because some of us they pushing some paper say we go still remind them. Say, sir, you need to reintroduce yourself. We don't know who they come now. Whether na Tinubu or Jaraban or whatever the name is, who they come, who go contest now? Now we want to know.
To bygone and go now.
Now lie.
Yes, sir.
No. We know they leave them. We want know. How we not gonna know who him be now? That's why they are using us like this. That's why Trump will call us anything. Useless country, this, that, all kinds of nonsense. See now, Trump signed a peace agreement between Rwanda and DR Congo. You see the
DR Congo. Even though the
okay, so
DR
you
Congo man no look very excited, but
yes, he didn't even open. He didn't even open the signature
just
page
ain't sign
because
am.
he didn't care.
He just ain't sign am because I'm not sure as he no open his own show. He just ain't sign.
Because he's not happy. Because see, Trump now was bragging about the fact that now America will control the rare earth mineral from that entire place, which is what's coming to us. What we say, me self, I don't mind, no, because if 6 governors of a state can declare suspension on mining, who are they? Are they presidents? Are they the federal government? How did they get that balls to announce that, oh, we suspend now? Wow, and we there they keep quiet. So if me and I can't go online, go suspend oil drilling, then go home, Yabi. Okay, no wahala. Share, we don't write them now. We send them letter. We send them letter now. Send the president. Anyways, so I say make I just join in. I dey share this information. They very but I go share, no fear. We go share the most we can. Thank you so much and have a great one. Prince Shilaka, why don't know? I get the question where they wait for you where I want to ask, but not be on this episode. Maybe now on Sunday on your next thing. Very important one where they happen where they charge. I want to hear from you. That I go call you next time.
No,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The mama,
Bye.
good night. Bye. Yeah. All right. So Ogatiwa, make I let you wrap up. Prince Francis Chilaka, Omo, this matter it omoed me. My Omo is omoed. I am weak. Do you know I've not even exposed half of what is in that document? I've not. I mean, because of time, I obviously cannot. There is a lot that Oga Ali Kefi talk about. You can imagine bringing back at a hero's death. And then remember that even Lagbaja, people also still suspect, say Lagbaja died under questionable circumstances. People they talk to not be any cancer, anything.
Precious. It's not,
And people
there's
say that
there are
people come out to try to do. I mean, there was somebody who called in here who had said that the reason why Atahiru and Lagbaja died are because of say they know waiting SOP and they try to work against waiting SOP. And I hope, I don't know. I'm not going to.
Precious. If anybody suggests that it may not just be an accident, there are grounds to believe it. When IBB was there, you remember the plane crash where
Yes.
young military officers
Oh, yes, of course.
just buy for nothing, and then you saw when the Christian governor of Kaduna State died in a plane crash, and people were rejoicing. So you can see that if anybody is suggesting that this thing not be ordinary, it be like say we have had in the past. It's probably looking at us, looking back to say this kind of things have been happening, and we have not been giving serious thought to it. You see, Nigeria don't reach a stage. This thing, and God bless Trump. He's not my man, I keep saying, but you see, this thing when you don't pressure, when you don't put. Now just sneeze, nice sneeze, though. You never really now sneeze. When you go come cough, Nigeria go hear them. You see, a lot of things will come up. A lot of revelations will come out. Because I can tell you that looking at the body language of this government, all this one they do are cosmetic. They are not ready. It's because they have been to give the appearance, say they are doing something. Maybe watch what thing will happen in the next 60 days. How far they will go. Make we see whether they go sustain whatever they think they're doing now. Let us see. But I can tell you that for me, the best solution now for Trump not to be restrained, make it do it. China, know they still a mineral. The only they carry go Dubai income. If I give you a list here of all the mineral this we will get and how China and their foreign and their local collaborators, they take our solid mineral, they take our oil, they take our this thing, they take them out. What did they never steal? What did they never steal? If Trump has to steal our this thing and then we'll get peace, let it be. People don't die finish now. This is not a country now. This is not a country. You can't travel, you can't do anything. You can't fly. And even flying itself, how many people get money to fly? Now the rich people, they fly. Poor man don't fly. So they don't leave the road for the poor man with the insecurity. Maybe they pass there. They go enter plane, they fly. This is not a country now. Huh? This is not a country. You don't finish now, so somebody won't come. Now you go open yourself to a foreigner.
You said you cannot say that our country is not a country, and I actually laugh as person when they say me school me.
No. This thing we are seeing now is not a country. I'm not talking. Nigeria is a good country. It's good, endowed with all the riches and with men, with everything. But what is happening now? Not be a country. This is not an animal farm. Not be a country. Are you going to call this kind of a thing a country? Not a country now. So it's not. That's the truth. Listen, it don't pass where we will begin to lie. They keep people. You say they don't. They keep people. They get genocide. You say they don't get genocide. And then you send people to Bronx and all those people. Go carry people who no be Nigerians, who don't even know what they happen to Nigeria. You give them money. When they carry placards, say there's no genocide. No, the government is doing its best. The government. When they ask them, they don't even know. Those people know. How can a Nigerian take a Nigerian money, go to give people against his country when he knows the real, when he see people where they die? How can? Precious, I beg.
Sorry, no.
I'm not talking. Good night.
Well done,
good night.
Let her go. Prince Francis Chilaka, do you have a parting shot? Do you have something you want to say before we? I know that by the time we come up, I know that by the time we come back on Sunday, now this matter we don't hot well for Nigeria. But for now,
my parting shot is that I hope that this is not also one of those that will be swept under the carpet, because we have seen over time how government has been insensitive, how government have continued to pretend that all is well when all is not well. So now that these revelations are coming out, and with the renewed figure of President Malami to fight insurgents and all of that, I think it is high time, the government itself should also come out to tell Nigerians what has transpired. I'm surprised that since this information came out, Bayo Onanuga has not seen the need to respond, on behalf of his principal, because he has not been able to tell us if the letter that was addressed to Mr. President got to Mr. President, or whether it entered on the desk of one of the PAs or SA. So we need to know. Let us not live we're in the water, we're living in an ocean, but soap is entering our eyes. So it's proper that government comes out clean and for once be sincere to the Nigerian people.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Prince Francis Chilaka. Sincere apologies for leaving you so late or keeping you so late. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Let's see you on Sunday and hope that we do something about this on Sunday. We make government or people don't act, because it's really important for the presidency to react to this as to why they did not actually react to the letter. I hope they will feel react to them. I appreciate you big time. Thank you so much, sir. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night and God bless you, sir. Thank you. All right, to the rest of you Nigerians, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been part of the show. It's always a pleasure to be here and talk about things really move our country forward. All we all want the growth of our nation, Nigeria. So I beg, make we continue to do things with uplift our country, because at the end of the day, now only one country now we get to call our own. We don't get another country. No matter how you be citizen for any other country, you cannot be more of a citizen than the people who can trace their genealogy to that country. You know that already now, so I don't need to explain it to you. See, if we be better citizen for that country or first class citizen for that country, rich as it would be for Nigeria. So we all need Nigeria, no matter how successful we think we are in other clients or in other places that we are. So it's very important. Make we continue to do the things we will promote and bring this country to that enviable height, that position we say we want to make it be. And I'd like to say thank you to all of you for your unalloyed support, for always being there and for always watching and standing by this platform. I appreciate you guys a big deal. I see you again tomorrow evening, God willing, and I see you again on Sunday evening too. If you've not subscribed to this platform, what are you waiting for? It doesn't cost money. Oh yeah, click on the subscription button, subscribe, like this post in particular. Please share this post if you can Let's just educate each other. So please share this post, like it, make people see them, make more people watch them, make people see as they take the beat for inside Nigeria. I love on a plenty, don't forget that part. And then also remember, say, he who worries about Nigeria problem and runs away lives to worry another day. So don't let Nigeria problem wound you, I beg it. Just cool your temper, protect your mental health, so that another day you will worry about Nigeria problem again. I love on a plenty. Good night and God bless you. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.